go.
You see him with the Easter Bunny? That was funny as hell.
Welcome to the 2018 White House Easter egg roll.
We have too many eggs.
Definitely still a lot of people who are enough that I found my videos. There's been a handful over the last week that still seem to be team your boy. Hopefully they'll learn soon. But time's a ticking, y'all. Time's a ticking, MAGA, for me and my sympathy. Hey everybody, this is Deanfmofficial Milford here for your creature comfort, and today I wanted to do another reaction video. More hashtag FAFO on TikTok, and we're going to be looking at more of the turmoil that is the Trump administration, the suffering, and about to find out that is the chaos that is this administration. Started from when Hillary lost, that in and of itself was just a trip, but apparently there's people who've been out here voting for that man 3 times in a row. No sis. This one's called I'll Wait, hashtag CapCut, hashtag flying, hashtag airplane, hashtag viral, hashtag 92%ers, hashtag FAFO. Not even 60 days, and we got 4 years of this.
Y'all answer the phone.
Okay.
I got something to share with y'all. Y'all want to see the ultimate crash out? Y'all want to see somebody that had it up to here? Y'all want to see it? Here you go. I've been thinking about this.
Let's see here.
Oh, shit, I forgot to comb my hair.
I'm okay this for.
Put on the hat.
Oh, you look
All right,
fine.
that's better. I decided today, what is today, the 11th, the 12th of February at 11:47, I am not paying another tax. I am going and filing 999. I didn't want to do it. I've been in tax trouble before, but I don't give a. Send me to court so I can tell the judge, you shouldn't pay taxes either. I'm not paying for no more of this. Him changing names and for what? Trying to take countries? For fun? You can't take countries. You're not Putin, bitch. You can't. And you look weak as with that booger picker sitting in the fucking conference with you and all the adults telling you to shut the up.
Come on.
Telling you not the president. Take your ass home. This is what the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, they want us to be
Not
paying
the
extra for
$800
nothing.
billion in contracts that Elon has given to himself for Army,
Bought the
cyber,
presidency.
Tesla trucks. What the is
It's a
that not
showroom now.
wasteful government spending? It wasn't that though.
You see him with the Easter Bunny? That was funny as hell.
Welcome to the 2018 White House Easter egg roll.
We have too many eggs. In fact, if anything, the prices are getting too low.
We've been
I mean, Trump.
eating my asshole out.
I missed the beginning of that
fucking
sentence.
that red, white, and blue land. You gotta
Red, white, and
one
blue
of my
land, yeah.
people, I'm not saying it was a patient, Ashley and Tracy. What I'm saying is, I talked to an older person who is a definite Trump supporter, and I said, what do you think about them changing Greenland to red, white, and blue land? Oh, that's propaganda. That's gotta be made. No! Your president that you want is changing the name of Greenland to red, white, and blue land. And if
Yeah, I
they
feel
won't
it.
sell it to them, they'll just tell Google, we'll change it for all Americans. We're going to call it red, white, and blue land. When I get home, I'm changing my shit to 999. You're not getting another one of my tax dollars. Fuck you. I'm out here saving lives and stomping out diseases to make money for me. And you motherfucking it and giving it to Elon Musk. America, hate it here.
Yeah, I hate it too. I feel you, and I think that a lot of these people, it's I don't know, it's not even worth getting emotional. That's why I come on here. I'd be more what's it called? Not jovial, but like I'm more lighthearted with it. I guess a lot of the situations that are going on now are not humorous at all and cannot be angled that way. But I think that I would just lose my mind, especially when it comes to the conversation of people like MAGA. They are not people that you want to waste a lot of time and energy trying to convince. Like, they're gonna have to learn the hard way, and a lot of the times it is a matter of preserving your mental health, and that's not always possible when you're dealing with people who are just completely lack, and they're willfully ignorant, and they're willfully mean people, and they're just gonna keep on lying about it. So it's not even having like an honest conversation with them. At the end of the day, you're just arguing with somebody who's trying to. So they're just kind of defending their ego, trying to look out for themselves, and they don't want to feel wrong. And a lot of that is, a man issue. There's a lot of toxic stuff going on. And anyways, there is something to be said for displaying the anger and being able to like what she just did, which was kind of show other people what's going on, and especially when it comes to places like in town halls and places like that. You'll see that especially where people are more emotional or more vocal when they're trying to speak and have a voice, certainly, but I wouldn't suggest doing that on your lonesome. Yeah. Next one is by Kate, Colleen, and Veronica. I'm petty, very caffeinated. And before you ask, I used Head, Shoulders, shampoo, and Tresemme conditioner for my hair. I was about to say, girl, it's giving body, yada, yada.
Shortly after the inauguration, I posted a TikTok that went viral, and it was all about the FAFO, fuck around and find out. And in that comment section, a lot of people tried to talk to me about the economy. Anyway, I don't know what you are up to today, but I think I'm going to spend a little time in that comment section. I want to see how they're doing, you know? There was one guy who really was popping off about how his stocks are.
They haven't learned.
I'm going to find out what he's up to. The woman who was super concerned about egg prices. I also have a TikTok all about egg pricing, and they did not believe me. And I am so excited. I'm so excited to see how they're doing. And I told them, I was like, you know what? Hang in my comment section. I'm going to circle back to you in a couple months. Well, yeah, bitches, it's circle back time. It is circle back time. It is like January 1st in the corporate world. We are going to find out how we're all doing.
That we could just throw it in their face. I would learn and take it from somebody who does YouTube content, who does online content. And as of recent, especially, people have not changed their tune in a lot of ways. We're just still coming full force for their mans. There's definitely still a lot of people who are enough that I found my videos. There's been a handful over the last week that still seem to be team your boy. Hopefully they'll learn soon. But time's a ticking, y'all. Time's a ticking, MAGA, for me and my sympathy. If you were watching my videos and you are in any way, for whatever reason, a Trump supporter, I do want you to know that there is room for change, there's room for growth for everybody, but at the same time, this election in and of itself has led to a lot of people suffering, and it's going to lead to a lot of people dying, and has led to a lot of people dying, especially when it comes to the war issues that we've contributed to and all this type of thing. Got to be understanding that people are not always going to be willing and able to hear you out, but we should, at the same time, hold space for it. By Her Voice Matters, hashtag FAFO, hashtag Trump, hashtag immigration, hashtag Democrat, hashtag World Talk, hashtag El Salvador. Rough time. A teenager in Dallas, Texas has been abducted.
A teenager in Dallas, Texas has been abducted. 19-year-old Leonel Paz came to the United States from Venezuela, fleeing gang violence. He had protected status and a valid work permit. First, he got a job at a grocery store, but more recently, he had found a job at an aluminum factory, making much more money. He told his mother his dreams were coming true. One afternoon in March, he finished up his shift at the factory and came home. He saw immigration officers who were detaining his cousin, who did have a valid deportation notice. One of the agents started asking Leonel about his tattoos and immediately handcuffed him, even after seeing his valid work permit. A few days later, Leonel called his mom. He said he was being sent back to Venezuela. His mother arranged for relatives in Venezuela to be there when he landed. When he didn't show up, they began searching the system for him. Several days later, they found out that he was one of the many men sent to the El Salvadorian.
That's a rough prison. Poor baby. I don't understand how we are sending people who aren't even from El Salvador to El Salvador. All I know about that mega prison is that it is such. It has been referred to as a concentration camp. Yeah, I don't know how we're sending people out there like that. Peace to his mother, peace to his family, and I hope that they're able to... Oh my God, there's just more people there too, isn't there? We're just sending more and more people there. Even after these court orders have told the Trump administration that they cannot keep Abrego there. Why is the administration still being allowed to send more people over to El Salvador when the initial problems that are already occurring are not being addressed and the rulings are just being overruled? Apparently, we're just going to continue to send people there. And even though that we all know, everybody, me, you, in the comments, we all know that I know that most of those people, if not all of those people, should not be in El Salvador death camp without due process. I mean, that's just my opinion. And that, my dear, was reacting to a little more of that TikTok, hashtag FAFO. And let me know what you think about Dean's compilations that I put together. If you have any other recommendations for videos for me to react to, then please let me know. And I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.